Oh, good afternoon from the absolutely sunny shoe spot. We're filming outside today. It is glorious. We had rain this morning and we got a light bit of overcast this afternoon, and things are starting to warm up a bit. But I'm telling you, this is one of the slowest seasons I've seen ever in the shoe spot. So it's the 30th of May today. The moon went new this morning at 4:30 in the morning. So we're now in another moon phase. We've got the sun in Gemini because we went into Gemini about a week ago, and we got the moon in Gemini. Once you start following astrology and looking at those kind of rhythms, you'll find out very rapidly that every month that the new moon is always in the same house as we're in uh, as the sun's position. So sun's in Gemini, new moon in Gemini. We're going to be in Gemini all day today. Gemini is absolutely fabulous for planting members of the melon family, and that includes cucumbers. So if you've got cucumbers or melons that need to be planted or transplanted, today and tomorrow are fabulous days to be doing that. It's also a flower or bloom day, so it's a good time to be planting any of your flowers, any of the things that you want to harvest flowers from. And yep, that does indeed include cannabis. So, getting that planted or transplanted in this window is a really good idea. All right, now tomorrow the moon goes void, of course, a few minutes after 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and it stays in that void position until about almost 11 o'clock at night. So at 10 to 11 at night is when it'll finally transit into Cancer. Going into Cancer that late on Tuesday gives us this fabulous window of a couple of days in a row of straight Cancer energy. And Cancer is one of those universal planting signs. It's a water sign, it's incredibly fertile, fosters really rapid growth, helps with really vigorous growth. Because we're so early in the moon cycle, you've got the advantage of all that excess growth and vigor as well. Also, you've got Cancer very, very close to Gemini, which is where the sun is. There's a little bit of sympathetic harmony that always goes along with the houses that are right side by each with each other. So Wednesday and again Wednesday and again Thursday, we've got absolutely wonderful planting window with the sun in Gemini, the moon in Cancer, and it being in its first quarter. There's really nothing you can't plant at all, and it all will do really, really well, thrive extremely well for you. Um, and then on Friday, the moon is going to go start out the day in Cancer, but by about 8 o'clock in the morning, it's going to be void, of course, and it's going to drift in the void there until a little after 11:30 in the morning. So once you get past that 11:30 window, we're now in Leo. And Leo is a fire sign. Fire signs aren't renowned for what you can plant under them. Fruit is one of the few things that you can plant. So if you've got fruit trees or berry bushes or fruit producing shrubs that need to go into the ground, this window from Friday through Saturday with Leo ruling would be a really good window for that. Leo is also very, very good for pest eradication, for cultivating, for working the soil, for doing soil improvements. It's good for fence building. It's good for working with wood. So yeah, you've got a good window there for Friday and Saturday. Now Sunday we start the day in Leo, but by 4 o'clock in the afternoon the moon's going void, of course, and then we're going to slide into Virgo at about um, yeah, Oops, indeed. I got those times mixed up. We're going to be going into void, of course, at about about 2:30 in the afternoon, and then we'll be solidifying into Virgo at a little after 4 in the afternoon. So the evening on Sunday is going to slide us into Virgo. Virgo, being an earth sign, is really, really good for getting a lot of flowering things planted as well. Very good time for you to be planting root crops. We're coming up to the end of the first quarter by the time we get to Sunday. So that Virgo energy that's going to carry through into the beginning of next week is going to provide you with the perfect opportunity to get all of those root crops into the ground. So an excellent planting week. We're sitting here the last few days of May and into the first week of June. And although that might be on the calendar looking a little bit late when we look around at the regional indicators, I haven't got my beans in the ground yet because my lilacs haven't finished blooming and my irises haven't even started. And I like to wait until my irises are in full bloom to put my beans in the ground because they just grow a whole lot quicker and better in the warm soil. But we've still been having very cool nights here, so it's taking a while. Um, Last week we talked about having a contest and giving away a bunch of seeds and a few other things. So far we haven't had any entries. So if you're interested in winning a bunch of free seeds, send in a picture of your garden. Tell us a little bit about it. Send it into either Wise Woman Seeds on Facebook or the Wise Woman Seeds group on Facebook. Either one of them will be just fine. And yeah, let us see what's going on in your garden because like I've got seeds to give away and I'd like to give them away before we're at the absolute end of planting season. Um, yeah, we've been working the last few months with a group of people, learning to gather and learning to what they can plant in their yards and their gardens and what they can harvest out of their gardens. We're finally seeing, asparagus being pretty solid, but it's going to be over really soon. The berries are in full bloom. The blueberries that we planted here at the demonstration garden, we thought that given that they were large bushes when we got them and that, we were transplanting them in the springtime, we were really pretty convinced that we were going to have to watch for the few blossoms that came out and take them off so as to not distress the bushes. But we've had this beautiful, cool, long time for them to settle in, and we're actually finding that they are in full leaf. They are doing splendid. They've started blooming. They're looking incredibly healthy, so we're just going to let them run with it. And we might find ourselves with a blueberry crop this year after all. A few things that you can be looking at to plant once and harvest forever are things like your hollyhocks. We were moving some hollyhocks around today, and they're a member of the Malva family. They make a fabulous eye wash. They make a really, really good soothing tea. They're great to gargle with, a great tea to gargle with if you've got laryngitis or any kind of sore throat. We've still got the space in our classes, in our hands-on workshops. We go once a month in 3 different locations here in the Shuswap. We do Yankee Flats, which is in the Silver Creek Valley area. And we have a series that runs in Armstrong, right on a property right on the banks of Fortune Creek. So we get that lovely watershed riparian zone that we get to explore. And then we also make them available here at the teaching garden. So these workshops run right up till November. They're hands-on. They're 5-hour workshops. We do a lot of gathering. We do a lot of plant identification. And then we come back, and every time we make something, this week we were making an infused arnica oil. Next month, we're going to be looking at more oils and how to make salves. We're going to be learning how to make tinctures and a variety of infusions. So, reach out if you're at all interested because we do have some space in each and every one of the locations. Um, and, I guess that's about it for this week. We'll see all of you next week. And remember to get those pictures in for us because we'd absolutely love to see what's going on in your garden. And come out and play with us. We had a workshop here this morning up until about 2:30 here at the Paradise Point Teaching Garden, and we all had a fabulous time. And we'd love it if you could join us. So don't just tune in. Come on out and see us.